So I'm going to let you go back to your website now and play around with those colors and see what you think and set things up the way that you want to set them up. And be sure to hit save and publish after you make any changes. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I'm going to hit save and publish. And you can see that it changed to save because I did that. So you go ahead and take some time to look around at those colors and see how you might want to change them. And then come back to the screen, click any area, and we can move on to the next item. Okay, now we're up to where it says widgets. Widgets are kind of difficult to explain because they can be so many things. But what they basically are placeholders to put a variety of different things. It can be advertising, it could be something like this search box. Each of these are individual widgets. If you want to put like your Facebook feed, if you have a Facebook that goes with your website and you want it to feed onto your page so that people can see in a little side column what is the most recent post on your Facebook feed, that can be put in a widget. There are some that this theme comes with, and the majority of them do, that I like to take out. This one primary sidebar is this bar over here. And I usually take out this search one because unless you have a ton of content that somebody's going to be looking for something particular, you don't really need it. So I'm going to take that out. Recent posts I like to keep in because it will list, I'm going to show you here, a certain number of your most recent posts. In this case, they have it set up for 5. You can set up for 1, 2, 3, however many you want to set it up for. So once I add content to this website, it'll show the last 5 posts right here that I published. Archives are nice when you're several months into your blog or website and somebody might want to go back and look at what you posted in a specific month. The reason it says July here only is because this current month is July. So I would take this out now personally and then maybe add it back in later. Sometimes I don't put it in at all, so I'm going to delete that. If you're going to have a blog, let's say it's about your family, you're blogging about your family and you're going to talk about parenting, travel, eating out with kids, several different categories, then you would keep this here and you would add categories to it. It's not something that I use, so I'm going to go ahead and take that out. And finally, meta. This is not something that anybody needs to see. It's just not necessary, so I'm going to take that out as well. And now you can see that it has centered itself here. The only thing that I've left is recent posts. I might add some other widgets to that area, but I'm going to let you go ahead and play around with those widgets and decide which ones you'd like to keep and which ones you'd like to get rid of. Make sure, and you can always add them back, because let me just show you. Let's see, if we hit add a widget here, there are ones that weren't there at all. Here are ones that they offer, which is nice. A lot of websites don't do this. A lot of themes don't have where you can just plug something in so easily without going out and searching for it. So let's take a look. If I wanted to add a calendar, let's say, and now I have a calendar over here. It's not something I would want. Maybe you would find a use for it. Let's see what else. You could put an image over there. As you said, the recent comments we took out, the search bar we took out. I actually do like this tag cloud, and we'll talk more about tags in the future. But each time you write a post, you're going to choose certain words that represent your post. Like, let's say you're writing an article about your recent trip to New York City. and you write the whole post, and then you choose tag words, and those might be travel, New York City, traveling with children, eating, restaurants, Statue of Liberty, those kinds of things would be the tags. And the reason we put those with posts is it will help people find your content. Like if somebody types into their Google search bar, traveling in New York City with children, it could find your contact based on the keywords that you have there. Google's become a lot more intricate since the days where they only use tag words to find things, and they have all sorts of algorithms now where they search your articles for keywords. You don't necessarily have to have tags, but I kind of like the way this tag cloud looks, so I'm going to add it. And once I start adding tags in my posts, those will show up in an area on the side over here. But because I don't have any posts yet or any tags, there's not going to be anything there right now. So as the last choice is video. So go ahead and play with this area. When you are done, hit save and publish, and then come back to this video. Okay, now that we've finished with that primary sidebar area and we've clicked saved and published, we're going to go back one step here, and actually one more. And the last thing we're going to look at for now is this one that says static front page. You have a choice with your website or blog to decide what is going to appear on the front page. It can be a specific post or an article or a picture that you want always to be on the front page, or for your latest post to be the first thing that people see when they come to your page. If it's a blog, most people do keep with this latest post. It's the most important one, the most relevant one, and the most current one. So I'm going to leave it as the latest post, and if you want to do a static page, you can go ahead and do that. So I'm going to leave it as my latest post. I didn't make any changes, so I don't need to hit saved, and I'm just going to go back here. So you can finish playing around, explore each of these. There's nothing that can't be undone, so don't worry if you've taken something out and you want to put it back. It's really not a big deal. It's just a matter of clicking and putting things in. So play around with it as much as you can. It'll help you become familiar with the steps that you need to take to make changes and to add things. So I'm going to let you play around there and then come on back to the video.
All right, I left you last at this page, playing around with the settings and seeing how you can change the appearance of your website. Now on to what you've been waiting for. We are going to learn how to create your first post. So what I need you to do is make sure you've saved any changes you've made by clicking save, publish and save if you need to. Once that's done, we're going to X out. Okay. Now, I'm going to go here so it looks like this. You're going to come to a page that looks like this. And what I want you to do, if you look down this list, is one of them says posts. And then a couple of choices pop up in this new box. And one says all posts. And once you have done a number of posts or hundreds of posts, hopefully down the road, when you click on that, it will give you an index of every post that you've done. What we're going to be doing today, because you don't have any posts, is to click Add New. All right, and this is where we're going to add a post. I want to show you something real quick that I changed already that I'd like you to add in. This box on your screen is probably not clicked. I want you to go ahead and click that box, and I'll show you why in a minute. First thing you need to do is add a title. The title should reflect the content of your article. You don't want to lure people in with a title just to get them to your site that has nothing to do with your content, because they'll be annoyed. So if you write, click here to win $1 million, and your content is about gardening, people are not going to be happy. and they probably won't come back to your site again. So it should be catchy enough that people want to come see what it is, and it should be relevant. So I'm going to say, um, would you like to earn money as a blogger? I think that will catch people's attention because who doesn't want to earn extra money? And as I said before, there are lots of people out there who would like to become bloggers, but have no clue how to start or especially how to build a website. Now, this is just like your typical Word document. You can write your entire post in here. It's got a lot of the same controls that you would in a Word document. Or you can format it in a Word document, as I have previously done, just for the ease of showing you, and then just copy and paste it. So I've obviously highlighted it all. I'm going to do it again for you. And then I'm going to copy. I'm going to go back, and now I'm going to paste it. Okay, now remember this thing that I had you click before, this excerpt box. An excerpt, if you don't know, is a small teaser almost of what's in your article. It's usually the first 2 sentences or so. It could be any part of the article that you want it to be, or you can write a piece that doesn't actually appear in your article but gives a general summary of what your article is about. I'm going to go ahead and take these first few sentences, copy those, and put them down here in my excerpt. The next thing you're going to do is add tags. We've talked about tags a little bit so far. Tags are keywords that reflect the content of your particular post. It used to be that your major search engines like Google used purely these tag words to find your content. So if your content was about making $1 million in under 10 minutes, and your tag words were $1 million, making money quickly, things like that, and people searched any of those keywords, those tags, hopefully yours would be one that would come up in the search. But what people were doing once they figured this out was using very commonly searched tag words, so that no matter what their content was about, people would be directed to their website. And that's kind of sneaky, because what they were doing was driving traffic to their website and then having ads and so forth pop up and trying to sell you things. And that's how they made their money. I don't know if you can recall, within the last 5 years, when you've gone to search, let's say, I don't know, new hairstyles for the summer, and things came up that were completely unrelated to hairstyles, and you're like, why? Why is it bringing up this content? That was exactly why. People were using commonly searched tags to get you to their site. Google has gotten much smarter to keep people from being able to do this. They now have the ability to scan all of the websites and find the content themselves, the tag words, the content for searches themselves. They still do take those tags into consideration, but if those tags don't match up with your content, it's not going to help you. So because this article is about blogging and earning extra money, I'm going to make my tag words reflect that. Blogging, I'm going to use commas to separate them. Earning extra money, earn an income, supplement your income, website building, how to build a website, and then click add. That's plenty. I mean, that's actually a lot. You don't need to have that many. You can just have a few. The last thing that we're going to do is set a featured image. You're going to want to have an image that reflects the content of your article. And I'll give you a link to a website that offers free images that you can use without paying for them. You need to be careful because yes, you can right click and copy almost any photo on the web and present it as your own. Most likely, whoever owns that photo is not going to find it on your website, but you need to respect other people's content. And if they posted that picture, they own that picture. And if you use it without their permission, you are technically infringing on their copyright to those pictures. So you want to be careful and not use other people's pictures. You either want to use your own original photos that you've taken, or go to one of the many websites that offers free pictures for you to use for commercial use without paying any money or acknowledging that it's somebody else's picture. There are also plenty of paid websites, and they have far more images than the free sites do, but you do have to pay for them. I'm going to offer some links to get you to those sites, but for now, I'm going to click Select a Set Featured Image. And I've added some images here to my media library. Here's that logo that you saw a while back. But let's say I wanted to add a new picture. I'm going to go to Upload Files, Select Files, and then I keep mine all in one place. I'm on a different computer now, I'm at work, so I normally have these on my home computer under my blog photos, but this is where I put them here. So here's one, computer. I named a computer office. It's a picture of a coffee cup and a computer, so it reflects the content of my article. I've checked it. I'm going to click Open. And now, because this is the one that's checked, I'm going to hit Set Featured Image. And that is going to become the image that's associated with this particular post. And once you've done all of that, you can preview it to first see what it's going to look like. And you'll see that this developer has left an area in the bottom where people can add comments, and that's a great thing. Most people have to add that in with a widget. This guy has included it as part of the design. Also included in his design is You May Also Like, and here it will list one of the other articles that you've written. So that's a nice feature. That's not one that I've written, that's one that came pre-programmed on here, and we're going to go ahead and erase that in a second. I'll show you how. But now we've viewed our website, and we want to go back to editing our post right here. All right, so if you're happy with the way it looks, you're going to hit Publish. And then let's go to, if you hover right over here on step-by-step videos, you'll see that one of the choices is Visit Site. So we're going to visit site, and it's going to bring us to our home page and show us what it looks like now with our new content. There it is, your first post. I'm going to show you what's going to happen when we're going to add additional posts, but for right now, all I want you to do is go ahead and write your first post and copy the steps that I did, and then come back to this video. I am hoping that you all successfully made your first posted article. And we're going to go back and just look at some other things that you can do with posting. I'm at my dashboard here, as you can see, and I'm going to click on Post just like we did before, and I'm going to add another new one. I don't have lots of extra content to put in, so I'm going to copy pretty much the same article and post it. And I'll just make up a title for this one, Learning How to Build a Website. Okay, and same thing as before, this is the excerpt down here at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and copy that first sentence to put in as my excerpt. And I'm not going to bother creating tags and such. You can do that. You know how to do that now. I'm going to set a featured image for this article. I'm going to choose one that I've got here already rather than uploading a new one. Okay, how about a baby making a website just to insult us all that our children are smarter than we are. Set that as my featured image. Okay, let's check. All up here is all the things are checked that we want to be checked. And now I'm going to show you if you wanted to put a picture or a graphic in within your post. So let's say I wanted to put a picture right about here where my cursor is. I'm going to go right here to where it says add media. And then as we have done before, I can either upload a new picture or I can choose a picture that I've already got within my media library, which I'm going to do for time purposes. I'm going to choose that one. You can see down here, it's asking me, or you can decide how you will want to align it here. I'm going to make it centered, and I'm going to do a full-size picture. Now insert into post. And there it becomes. Now you know how to insert a picture within your post. All right, so I've completed everything that I want to do with this post, and I'm going to go ahead and click publish. All right, now what we're going to do is go back to, we've got our dashboard here on the left. We're going to go down to appearance and then menus. And I'm going to delete this menu because I did it already so that I can show you how. We already made that main menu, the one that appears between the two bars on the home screen. Well, actually it appears on every screen. But now I want to make a menu that is going to show my recent posts. So what I'm going to do is go up here to where it says create a new menu. And I'm going to call this one recent posts. Remember, that's just for me. Nobody else will see that. Okay, now there are certain settings here already where you can choose to put this menu or these items that are going to be in your menu. I'm going to choose this featured posts area, which will show them on the right hand side of our front page. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that. And then I'm going to go over here to my posts, and I'm going to choose which posts I'd like to include in that featured area. I'm going to click those two and click add to menu, and you'll see they pop up in my menu here. Then finally save menu, and let's take a look. Remember, if you hover over your website title and click on visit site, you'll see that I have my most recent post, my featured post, and then over here to the left I have that secondary post that I have in my featured posts area. So I am going to leave you at this point to go ahead and start writing your content and posting away, and then come back to this video. Okay, hopefully you're having fun adding some content to your site. I just want to go over a few things to make sure you understand correctly. Here we are looking at our the view of our website as if a visitor was looking at it. Remember, but we did that by hovering over here, and then visit site came up. When you want to get back to your dashboard, you just go right over here again and hover. You'll see dashboard. And I've added a bunch of articles now, but I want them to appear. I'm going to go back to this page again. I want to decide which ones are going to appear here and what order they're going to appear. Now you'll see what will happen is my most recent articles start here, and they will go in order by date when they were posted. So here are all the articles that I have done. But over here is the featured area, and it's your decision. You can either put your 4 most recent articles, actually your 5. You can choose ones that may be relative to that month, like maybe you did a great Christmas post that you did last year, but want to put as your featured article again, so people will see that first when they come to your page. You can do that, and I'll show you how. So if I go to hover over here again, I can either go straight to menus or I can go to my dashboard first. And I'm going to go to menus. And remember that recent posts menu that we just made that we put into the featured post area? Well, I'm going to add the articles that I've written. And remember, these are just all mock articles that I put different pictures with. This one is new. You can see that one's not over there. And let's see. That one's new. And that's it. We're going to click add those to menu. And now let's take a look at what our website looks like. Oop, I forgot to save. Okay, we're going to look at our site again. Now you'll see that I have featured 1, 2, 3, 4 different articles in this area. Well, let's say I want to move them around a bit. Say that this is the one that I want people to see right away when they come to my blog. If I go back to menus, and I'm looking at this menu here, and I think it was the monetize one. That's the one that I want to be the bigger one and the one that shows first. If I just drag it and move it up here, again, you have to save, and then visit the site. Now you'll see that this is the article that will be featured largest on my site. So remember, from this point on, all your articles or your posts will show in date order, newest one on top. And up here is the area where you can choose which posts you want people to see. This is the featured post menu here. So I am going to let you go and play around with that and move some articles around and maybe write some more content and then come back here. You may have been wondering, in looking at all these things down the left-hand side, what Jetpack was. Jetpack is what's called a plugin. Not all designs come with Jetpack already incorporated into the design. It's really nice that this designer has included it because it's a very commonly used plugin. And what we're going to do is we're going to activate it. So we're going to connect Jetpack. Oh, well, look, we can't do that because we need an account. Let's see. We need to create an account. So what I'm going to have you do is create your account with your email address, your username and password, and then click sign up and connect Jetpack, and come on back.